Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading unlike any other tarot reading I will bet you've ever heard before. The reason is it focuses on the true purpose of tarot readings. Most people have the understanding that tarot readings can in some way predict. And I've done tarot for over 20 years. I've never seen it predict anything, not with any consistency or accuracy. It's just hit or miss. But that's not what tarot is about. True tarot is about the science of potential. Generally, your potential if you're the one at the reading. But it is the science of potential because you have tarot cards. I just have 4 of them. I have something called the Oracle card in the middle. You see that on the screen. Oracle card sets the mood for the reading. But the other 4 tarot cards are designed to work together to form or integrate a frequency. And it's that frequency that is highlighted by the Oracle card in the middle. It is that frequency that if you resonate with it is really what you need to focus on. You can't make yourself focus. You can't make yourself manifest. It's like friendship or love. You can't make them happen. Either they are or they aren't. Same thing here. And if you have 10 people in a room listening to this reading, one person, maybe if you're really lucky, 2 of the 10 will resonate with the reading. That's the way life works. We don't have everybody resonating to the frequency at the same time, and those who do resonate at the same time don't necessarily resonate in the same way. We're all different. It's a mix. So, if you happen not to resonate with this reading, I do a brand new reading every day, 365. Holidays doesn't make any difference. I am focused on giving you an honest reading considering the time we're living in, so that you can take the energy of the reading, the frequency of the reading, and if it connects, use it purposefully in your life. That's the point. I want to get you to manifest. I want to inspire you in this reading so that you make the pictures inside of your own head. I don't want you to use AI. I don't want you to use your computer or your smartphone or any of that other stuff. That gets in the way of your true value as a human being. And that is your imagination. And in fact, at this moment, your capacity to manifest is the only advantage as humans we have over robots or AI. It's the only advantage. And given time, 5, maybe 10 years, they may be able to duplicate that. I don't know. But the point of the matter is this: your true human and spiritual connection is your ability to manifest, to create pictures in your own head. And so with this reading, I don't put any extra anything on. The 4 cards, the 1 Oracle card, that's it. No distractions. We're already way too distracted. And it hasn't made our lives any better, has it? So what I want to do is to focus on your ability to create your own pictures, to manifest some part of your life that you want to improve. If it resonates, time for an act of faith. You just do it. That's all. Just do it. Move forward. I know you don't know how I'm going to get there or what's going to this or what it's going to take. Don't make any difference. Faith. The frequency is there. That's what life is about. It's about fate. The stuff that happens you have no control over. I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are, or anything in between. I believe our lives are shaped by fate. Whole bunch of reasons why I believe that, but one of the reasons is I said I've done tarot for 20. Well, I've done numerology and astrology for 50 years. That's 50. In that time, I have discovered that numerology and astrology are the signs of cycles. You know, it's kind of funny how as human beings we like to take tarot or numerology or astrology, make a magic. Magic. There's no magic. It's science we don't understand. And so what I try to do is take tarot, take numerology, astrology, and focus them in a way so that they make sense. Astrology, numerology, the science of cycles. Cycles within cycles within cycles within... I mean, it gets tough. And in fact, that's the biggest problem I've had as an astrologer, and I see other astrologers have the same thing. You cannot possibly simplify anything. They got to make it so damn difficult. There are too many moving parts and pieces to an astrological chart and numerological chart, but definitely an astrology chart. What I do is I take the major planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus. Those three planets, they kind of establish a foundation. When they change signs, when they have certain situations among themselves, it changes noticeably civilization. Right now we're in a position where Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter are all changing signs this year. And that being the case, that creates a certain kind of energy, maybe even an angst. We can sense something is coming, but we may not be able to see it yet. And of course, it complicates things right now because we got a Mercury retrograde, a Venus retrograde, and we're coming out of an eclipse going, I think, back into one. I think the next new moon is an eclipse. So it gets very, very tricky, very murky right now. I wouldn't make any major decisions right now, to be honest with you. I'd sit back. Because we don't have all the information. When you have a Mercury retrograde, it's tough enough. Now you got a Venus retrograde, so your value system's all screwed up. And once you got those personal planets in retrograde or moving backwards, holy man, it just gets tough. So I wouldn't do anything probably till middle of April. You might get a better idea. Because then by that time, Mercury is direct, Venus is direct. You can begin to see things clearly. But my point is this, that even though we have these basic energies, it impacts us all in different ways, in unique ways. We're unique individuals. So when it comes to any kind of a reading, including a tarot reading, you're not going to get everybody to join in. They can't feel it. But if you do, if you're one of the 1 or 2 people out of 10 who does, go. So let's get to it. Looking at your screen, middle card, oracle card. It says blessed. Blessed. That's being favored. That's feeling favored. I got a little bit of an edge. Now, at this point, it's kind of hard to feel that for most people because the middle class and poor have been absolutely raped by the bankers and the corporate types. The biggest transfer of wealth in human history has occurred in the last 20 years. The biggest transfer of wealth. You know, we're talking about the debt of the United States at $36 trillion and counting. All that debt came from the bankers and the big businesses. All of it. They shoved it onto us. They stole from us. And there's more of that coming. So it is very difficult to feel favored or to feel blessed. But that's the key. That's the trick. In the midst of this pool of poop, to feel blessed, to feel favored. If you can get to that spot in the middle of all of this, You want to talk about juju. You want to talk about power. That's the ultimate right there. And so that's the key. That's what you strive for. If you're resonating with this, this is your time, this is your chance, this is your opportunity to feel favored, to feel blessed. Meme for today is gratitude is nourishment for the soul when there is no food in sight. You're actually feeding your soul. Even though I just went to the grocery store an hour or so ago. Price of eggs around here is going up almost by $1 a 12-pack every week. 12 eggs, $1 more. Next week, 12 eggs, add another $1, add another $1. It's up to almost $10 for a dozen eggs. And yet, around the world, in Europe, $2-3 for a dozen. Mexico, $2 or $3 for 2 dozen eggs. And of course, in those countries, they don't have to refrigerate their eggs because they don't wash them with chlorine. We do that here. But if you kept the eggs natural as it passes through the chicken, there is a little layer of fat or oil. Natural, not a problem. What it does is preserve the egg. So that people in France leave them right on the shelf. People in Spain leave them right on the shelf. Italy, South America, leave them right on the shelf. A week, 2 weeks, doesn't make any difference. And they're only paying a couple of bucks for 12 eggs or more. And yet here in the United States, we're up to $10 for a dozen eggs. Smell something suspicious? Hard to feel favored in that kind of an environment, but that's the key. If you feel inspired, man, run through the door, go. Because you are blessed, and if you can tap into that blessing, you got real juice. So let's get to the reading. All the way to the left, we got the Two of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas, data, information, beliefs. This is, if you're feeling favored, this is how you really have to go through life right now. You see the swords crossed over the heart. You can't feel anything. You got the little blindfold. You can't see anything. You have to go with your gut, and that's what all the water is, emotion, subconscious. There is something inside of you that says, yes. I can see the light on the horizon. I can see it. I'm not there, but I can see it. Remember, if you can see it in your mind, you can manifest it. That's the idea. You got to make that decision. Twos are always decisions. That's where you're at. Next card over, in reverse, is the Knight of Cups. You are thinking about being kinder to yourself. You realize that much of what is happening in your life, you're not in control of. At least not directly. I have to say that to the Americans, because I'm doing this in the United States, in fact, 150 feet away from Lake Superior, so it's way north here in the United States, right along the border with Canada. It is very difficult for us to feel blessed, and yet we say it all the time. I don't know if it's in the Constitution. I don't remember seeing it there, but it's a government by the people, for the people, of the people, right? That you've heard that. By the people, for the people, of the people government. The people have screwed up. You and I have screwed up. We voted for the same morons all the time because we know their face, know their voice, know their, well, they were there last time, so we're going to vote for them again. So you get morons like that idiot from Kentucky, O'Donnell or Mitch McConnell or whatever. Guy strokes out on video half a dozen times this past year. Strokes out and he's still in office. Biden strokes out on video several times in the past year. He's not in office anymore. But at what point do we, as the citizens of the United States, get off our ass and do something? You want to feel blessed? Start acting blessed. You want to be favored? Start feeling favored. That's the task if you're resonating, if you're manifesting. And so we move over onto the next card. Ace of Cups. Again, it's that feeling of you are special. Why don't you start acting like it? Instead of acting like some sort of slave to technology, why don't you stand up for your humanity? Start feeling favored. When you do that, you're going to be favored. Remember, gratitude is nourishment for the soul when there is no food in sight. There is nothing on the outside that will feed you right now. If you're middle class and poor in the United States or the world, nothing. They're taking it all away, have taken it all away, including your privacy. And you're not doing a damn thing. Not doing a damn thing about it. Well, if you don't act favored, I know you don't feel favored. And if you don't feel favored, you're not going to change anything in your life. Final card is the Fool card. That's really what you need. That's the final card. That's the best card. You know, a lot of people look at this tarot card and go, it's just, he's ignorant, just a new person. He doesn't understand what life is all about. No, that's not how I see it. It's my favorite card in all of tarot. And the reason is, it's the card of faith. You see, the Fool is traveling with just a small little knapsack. He's not carrying a lot of crap with him. The beliefs, the ideas that we've been taught that were all lies, they're turning out, every single one of them is a lie. Our economy is a lie. $1 is worth whatever the hell the rich people say it is. It's just a damn piece of paper. It's not worth shit. But you're willing to give your entire adult life away just to get a few of them, just to exist. You give everything that you have of true value away for paper money. If you let somebody else set the value on. The Fool says, no, I got this little knapsack. I'm not taking a lot of those phony faiths, ideas, beliefs. I'm not worried about owning the things that they tell me are important. I'm not doing that. I am keeping a brighter attitude. I have gratitude. I'm feeling favored. I'm feeling blessed. If this resonates at all with you, the fate of the world, literally, may rest on the people who are resonating with this message today. Because the funny thing about frequency is once it begins to resonate, whatever that frequency is, has a habit of going outward, spreading. For a long time, we've had the frequency of fear. How about the frequency of gratitude? How about the frequency of being blessed, of feeling favored? You can help. If you're resonating with this, you can help relight that candle for the rest of us. Not that everybody's going to go for it. But if we get enough of us, miracles happen. Fool card says so. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. Between now and the next time you and I get together to do this together, peace and blessings.